Hello again. I want to talk really quickly about alternate picking. Alternate picking is a great, really concise way to make your notes sound really consistent and tight, as opposed to doing hammer-ons. Your hammer-ons are you do like a little box pattern, pull-offs. You hear that okay? Let me just turn this up a little bit. Now, alternate picking, this is actually a little trick that I've learned. There's this dude, Michelangelo Badio, Badio? I don't know. He's the dude that plays those crazy guitars it's like four neck things. He's alright. He has a lot of good approaches to alternate picking. So I'm kind of gonna quote him on this. Now, there's kind of a little secret. You could be good at alternate picking and just practice and do your thing, but here's a little trick. He stressed always going with the Dorian scale first. Now, the reason being, on a guitar, your Dorian scale, you can do 3 notes per string. 3 notes per string works perfectly with alternate picking, because you're going to have your down, up, down on one string, and then up, down, up on the next string, down, up, down. And it's fluid by comparison, and always try to be loose. Don't try to be tight and force it. It's better to go slow and be light. You don't want to. But when I first started playing guitar, it was so hard. I was like, gotta get these things. And then eventually I realized that I had a shitty guitar with bad intonation and bad string action, and I shouldn't have to force it. So also make sure that your guitars are set up properly. You can have a shitty Squire, or I have Squires. I have I have terrible guitars, but they're set up nice by somebody who knows how to set them up, and you can play them just as you would play, a $3,000 PRS or whatever. So the Dorian. Shut up, Buzz. So the Dorian scale is what I want to go over, and we're gonna start on the. I'm on a 7th string. I've been playing 7th string consistently now for a few years, just because it gives me more leeway, I guess, as far as what I can do. I don't usually play down here too much. I will if I'm doing heavy lines, but anyways, so. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use the 6th string, so you have this on your standard guitar. So let's do. We got an E right here. So this is the E Dorian scale now. And another lesson that I did previously, I showed you how to connect B minor to E Dorian. But I just want to take a step back and show you how, when you play a Dorian scale, because it's 3 notes per string, you can do incredibly fast scale runs. And it's good when you're trying to write a solo, or you're trying to put together a really cool shreddy piece for a part in a song. Try to connect it. You could use the Dorian scale to get where you need to go, then fall on a pentatonic. Bend it, go crazy, come back, go somewhere else. Maybe throw some octave chords in there. So I like to use the Dorian scale and the 3 note per string to kind of build up and get where I'm going, where I want to go. Hit the melody for the solo, and then maybe fall back and do something silly. But let me just show you this E Dorian scale, because this is great, and I want to show you this picking, down, up, down. So, as usual, pay attention to this hand. I'm going to try to get it up. Okay, so the pattern is going to be as follows. Let me get in there. You don't need to see my right hand. I'll show it next time. So here we go. Sorry about that last one. So it kind of starts off like a minor. Let me get nice and close. Now the thing is, I drop tune. This B is actually drop tuned to an A right now. So this is an octave, which is kind of neat, but not important right now. So 3 notes per string. That's the trick to consistent alternate picking. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And you get that nice, clean, kind of, it's very articulate. So here is, I'll do it one more time. Now for you music theory people, well, if you're just learning music theory, Dorian is the second scale degree from like your major chord. So this, by doing an E Dorian, it's actually D major. You need to resolve to that. So you're playing a song in D major, here's your D. Jesus, I have freakishly silly fingers. So the D major scale would be, but we just do it from the second scale degree, which is our E. So 3 notes per string. Try it out. It's really makes a world of difference instead of, because when you have to do 2 note, like whatever, like trying to connect 2 notes and 3 notes, your picking does not coincide with what you're doing. And when you're going up strings, you actually want to have that alternate picking happening. It makes it easier. Don't fight it. It's like the path of least resistance. 3 notes per string. One more time. I'll show you. E Dorian. You get really fast with that, I'm telling you. So that's just the pattern, though. Let me go over that pattern again. So that pattern you can translate to whatever you want. Where are we going? You want to do... that might be cool. Let's do it here. So those intervals are as follows. So we do whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step, whole step. I don't know what that is. I give up. Whatever. But you see the pattern. So. I think I'm a little out of tune. Anyways, try it out. Even just taking two strings. Ooh. Just practice that. It's just 3 notes. Well, that was kind of sloppy, but yeah, try it out. It'll help you kind of snap together those little interludes in your scale runs and things you need to do. Somebody asked me to put a more beginner lesson on the channel, and I don't know if I'm capable of doing that. I'm a terrible teacher when it comes to basics. I could do the advanced stuff okay. I wouldn't know where to start. Would you take a guitar lesson because you want to learn a song? Do you want to play? Do you want to play around a campfire? Like, do you just want to entertain people? Do you want to play like Jimmy Buffett tunes, or do you want to play like Rush? I mean, there's so many things about it. Like, I would advise, if you're gonna go the self-taught route, to just at least try to establish decent practice habits. Because I was self-taught, even though I was classically trained before that on other instruments. So I had good practice habits, but I didn't really. I did create a lot of bad playing habits that now I'm in my 30s and I'm still like trying to break out of them. So that's the one thing I would recommend, is just establish really good practice habits. Start slow, make sure everything's clean, be patient, work your way up. But that's just because I don't want to half-ass anything when it comes to things like that. So let me think about it. Maybe I wouldn't know what approach to do. I wouldn't know if I wanted to do like beginner theory or just like some chords. I mean, for that, there's like a million other YouTube videos out there. So I don't know. Anyways, thanks guys. I'll have another one tomorrow.